What's up? What's up? Happy Thursday, everybody. This is Janice on Intellectual Radio, and we are coming to you live and direct. I got some of my two favorite people in the building. Some.
Well, better some than none.
That's right. That girl Olivia and my girl OJ versus Mocha.
It's always a pleasure.
What's up? You so. Hey, look, we're gonna have fun today. My girl, that girl Olivia, take us away.
Hey now. You know what it is. We are Jay and the crew. You are tuned into IntellectualRadio.com. If you guys cannot continue to watch the show on Facebook, you always can go to the YouTube page. Make sure you click subscribe and go to the website, IntellectualRadio.com. Our topic is so dope tonight. I'm pretty sure some of you are going to want to call in, chime in, and be a part of this amazing show. So you can dial 708-223-8953. Again, one more time, that is 708-223-8953. So how was your weekend?
My weekend was pretty dope. I worked and got some more rest, and just I watched the Bears game. Did y'all see that game?
I didn't see it. And you know what? I am a sports fan, but I have not been able to sit and watch TV. I want to see if they're going to lose again.
The Bears, let me tell you something. They scored the touchdown, right? The Broncos scored the 2-point conversion. And I was like, you know what? This game is over. But this just goes to show that it's not over till it's over, to the fat lady saying. Mm-hmm. And I don't know what kind of fat lady this was, because that game gave me a heart attack. Trubisky, he had 90 yards. I don't know what kind of quarterbacking this was. He had 90 yards all game, or 102 or whatever it was. And he threw the ball down the field to Allen Robinson. Allen Robinson got on one knee. And they got a field goal kicker. This dude kicked a 50-something yard field goal and won the game for the Bears.
That's what's up. I guess that was worth them having that field goal kicking thing out there at Grant Park, right?
A big turnaround, yeah.
If we'd have had him last year, we'd have went to the Super Bowl.
Well, this is this year, and that was last.
You tell me something. What about you? What you do for the weekend?
This weekend, I just stayed at school. I think I live at the school now. I'm always at the school 24/7 around the clock. Radio has become my life. I absolutely love it. So I just been really just trying to perfect my craft and make it better and better and better. And make it. How about you, OJ?
Man, I always got to think about what I did for the weekend. It's crazy because it's Thursday and it's almost the weekend. But anyway, last weekend was lit. Last weekend.
Oh, we got stood up on the step show.
We definitely, look, we tried to go to this step show, okay, because I am a Delta. I am a member of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. Yes, however, we was trying to go to the step show and everything, and they changed the location. And I'm like, okay, cool. It's Friday the 13th. It's a full moon outside. Let me still go and see if we gonna make it. So we make it. I end up seeing one of the advisors that, goes to that, used to work at our school. And I'm like, how was the show? Is it an intermission or whatever? So she said the show was an intermission. I'm like, good, we can go. We get to the door. They tell us our tickets was invalid. And I was so nervous.
I was so mad.
After that, I linked up with one of my good friends. I call her my twin. We have the same name, Brianna Latrice. Yes. So, and she showed me a good time. We ended up driving around in a Hellcat, and I thought I was gonna lose my life, but it was wonderful. We went out for a good time at this club. Don't know what the name of the club was, but I slept the whole Saturday.
So you went somewhere you didn't know where you was at?
No, I knew where I was at. I just didn't know the name of the place.
Did you know where you was when you woke up the next day?
Yes, I did.
Did you know how you got there?
I drove.
Oh, so
I was well aware. Anyway, I had a great weekend, and Sundays are always Sundays at the Move.
Your parties be lit.
How you know?
I know.
I feel like you passing judgment. I could be the type of person that sit in the house.
Anyway, look, when we come back, we're gonna get into our topic. My girl, that girl Olivia, gonna bring us in with the topic, and we're gonna have some great discussion on this one, because this is something that needs to be discussed. So when we come back on Jan and the Crew Intellectual Radio, we'll see you in a minute. can do what we can do. After all is said and done, I'm still the only one whose heart remains with you. Can't nobody love you like I do. Can't nobody love you like I do. Can't nobody love you like I do. No matter how they try. Can't nobody love you like I do. Can't nobody love you like I do. Can't nobody love you like I do. No matter how they try. When I realized you had captured me, even when I try to turn away, the love that we raise is here to stay. Regardless of the storm and rain, our love remains the same. Nobody can do what we can do. After all is said and done, I'm still the only one whose heart remains with you. Can't nobody love you like I do. Can't nobody love you like I do. Can't nobody love you like I do. No matter how they try. Can't nobody love you like I do. All right. We are back on Intellectual Radio, Jay and the crew. We have a interesting topic today, and I hope you guys know to call in and talk to us. My girl, that girl.
Hey now. We are back right here on IntellectualRadio.com. Thank you guys so much for tuning in with us. So last week, we talked about the social media etiquette, Facebook etiquette, Instagram etiquette, the do's and the don'ts of what you should and what you shouldn't do on Facebook. So this week, we want to talk about the pros and the cons of legalizing marijuana. Yes, this is intellectual radio, so get you on and let's talk to each other just a little bit. We're going to start off with the pros because we always want to talk about the good things first, right? At least some people do.
And if you're going to call in, this is intellectual radio. We don't want to hear about your stuff, all that crazy stuff. We want to hear about
how you be rolling up.
Yeah, we don't want to hear about that. We want to, don't be ignorant when you call in here. So we want to have intellectual conversations. So, my girl, that girl, what you got?
So my first pro and I think this is probably the biggest one. I don't know, probably you guys have something better, but maybe not. The biggest one is that by legalizing marijuana, it boosts the economy. The economy will exceed about 24 billion in revenue by the year of 2025 with the boosting of marijuana.
I definitely agree with that.
Okay, so you know me, I'm gonna throw something in there. So if you legalize marijuana, what about the people that went to jail for selling marijuana? Do you let them out?
Ooh,
well, no,
of course. I think. Okay, if we're gonna be honest, if they went to jail, okay. At the time, it was illegal to sell it, so they got charged with something that was illegal. So unfortunately, they had to deal with that. It's unfortunate that they are changing the laws, and these people have had to deal with it. But that's just like if they change any other law. What you do then
doesn't affect. I mean,
it happens. Stuff changes.
But I'm saying, if you go to jail, if you make a law, I'm going to make this legal, and you go to jail for something like marijuana, of course, and then you say we're going to make this legal. Can I expand? Can I get this off my record? Can I?
Of course, I think you should get your record expunged.
Can I get out of jail?
You cannot get out of jail because you still have to serve your time.
You broke that law.
At the end of the day, you still have to serve your time. What is right is right. What's wrong is wrong. Now, they decided it's too many people probably have went into jail for it. And actually, the only reason why they probably legalized it now is because now the government has made all the money off of sending them to jail.
Right. They trying to recoup now.
Now they're going to make all the money off of legalizing it.
Right.
So, that's why we're gonna make so much money.
So that's one of the cons. That's not really a pro or con.
But it is a pro because as far as our society, as far as where we live at, as far as our country, it's increasing in revenue. We definitely don't want to be in debt. We definitely don't want to go back to one of those.
But also in the state of Colorado, I'm just reading this. Traffic death rose to 62% because of that.
Oh yeah, I seen that too. 62%.
So in legalizing marijuana, if people can't drive and then you give them a substance that's going to impair them more, because some people say, oh, if I smoke, I'm more aware and all that kind of stuff. Okay, but everybody not like that.
Mm-hmm.
So if this is making traffic deaths 60 rise to 62%, then that's something that we have to look at too as taxpayers.
Right. I feel like they're going to regulate it eventually. That's what they're doing. But honestly, as far as the traffic deaths go, that's just like with anything else. With alcohol, people would drive under the influence anyway.
Exactly.
So it's like people smoke marijuana all the time. People drink all the time. They get behind the wheel. People do a lot of things impaired while they are behind the wheel. So it's like, why even, marijuana is just another thing for them to try to make money off of, and they really don't want to make it legalize. They don't want to legalize it because I feel like they scared that people gonna really abuse it to the point to where it's like a welfare thing now.
So in 1936, I'm just going to give you a quick tidbit, a little bit of history. In 1936, they had this thing called reefer madness, right? To crime, violence, and antisocial behavior. So also this was linked to the 20th century immigrants that came from Mexico. So they linked publicly with several research studies, and that's where the reefer madness comes from. So this thing has been in research for a long time, whether they wanted to legalize marijuana or not. So since 1930, in the 1930s, they've been talking about this.
Yeah, but then the reason why they didn't is because, of course, they were talking about it in 1930. The drug came out. It's just like any other drug, right? Drugs come. They want to figure out how can we make money off of it. It's just like a disease.
First of all,
cancer came, AIDS came. That was man-made. The government is making money off of everything that they decide to either legalize or not.
Last
legalize.
time I checked, marijuana was a plant, right?
Mm-hmm.
Isn't a medicinal plant?
Yeah, but so is poison ivy.
Okay, but you don't see people selling poison ivy.
Yeah, but
you can't get a high off of poison ivy.
Yeah, that's but why you can itch to death.
Okay, but still, I'm just saying.
I know. I'm just
saying.
So I think one of the cons of one of the pros of making marijuana legal is it may open up a lot of jobs for people.
Yeah.
People may, they may open up dispensaries and things like that, because one of the things of hustling any kind of drug or anything is to feed your family. It's to if you're a hustler and you're just not hustling to be doing it, but people hustle the drugs to feed their families. Now you don't have to hustle it. It's ways that you can do that and be, successful at it.
Open up a dispensary.
Yeah. Because if you go to places like Amsterdam,
mm-hmm.
right,
they have so many different kind of marijuanas. It's like if you're a weed smoker, you're in heaven.
They just need to come.
Well, you can do that in Vegas too.
Really?
Yeah, there's a lot of nice dispensaries in Vegas.
Do I need to go?
I think let me tell you this. So, for example, I was trying to get a medicinal marijuana card. I'm not gonna lie. And it was so hard for me to get one in Illinois because it's so many loops that you have to go through. Whether they want you to have, like, you got to have this crippling disease to be considered able to use medicinal marijuana.
I think that's silly.
I do too, and I'm mad because it's like I'm still gonna try.
But the thing is, it's actually not that bad because mental health is a disease.
I agree.
Depression is a disease.
Mm-hmm.
Anxiety is a disease.
Right.
Not loss of appetite is a disease when you don't want to eat. That is a disease.
So can I go
all
to
of
the
those
doctor?
classify as a disease. So therefore, you eat the medicinal marijuana because it says that it helps increase.
What I'm gonna do tomorrow is I'm gonna go to the doctor and say that I can't eat and that I got anxiety and everything, and then they're gonna ask me, so what do you think it's caused? And I'm gonna say lack of smoking.
You can't say lack of smoking. You just don't know what's going on. You just don't have an appetite. You need something to help increase that appetite. So the thing that they're going to say is, you're going to say, I tried this. They're going to say, try this. I tried that. They're going to say, try this. I tried that.
Oh, another thing.
Then you get to get the marijuana.
Another thing, there are some physicians out there that claim that they don't specialize in those type, that Okay, from my experience, I don't know if they played me. I feel like they played me. But, they told me, like, we don't specialize in that type of prescription. We don't prescribe that. We don't offer those type of services. You would have to go and find someone else, like another primary doctor. Right. And so there is a THC center on Ogden in the out west in the west side of Chicago. Yeah, so I went there and everything, and they basically explained to you, like, the things that you need to do and how you can become a patient. And they make it seem like becoming a patient, when you go to a regular primary doctor, it's like they almost don't approve. They want you to be on the pharmaceutical drugs rather than being on a marijuana, something that was medicinally for marijuana use.
So you're right. And so one thing that I have read, which is a pro, is that marijuana is effective in relieving nausea and vomiting. And studies have shown that pharmaceutical cannabis can decrease nausea caused by chemotherapy. Those of you who have cancer and are going to chemo for whatever you're going for, is used to treat cancer and almost completely eliminated vomiting. Marijuana can relieve the spasticity of the muscles that is sometimes associated with MS and paralysis. So those of you people who have MS and paralysis, you guys can talk to your doctors, and that's one of the pros that they say
Right.
of marijuana, that you can use marijuana to help you in your sickness. Also, like my girl, that girl Olivia said, marijuana can help treat appetite loss associated with conditions such as HIV and AIDS and certain types of cancers. Also, marijuana can relieve certain type of chronic pain, including neuropathic pain.
Oh, and they help with seizures as well. So epilepsy and everything, calming your nerves. They help with joint pain, stiffness, and stuff like that.
They also say that marijuana, by becoming legal, it actually will decrease the usage in teens. So less teens are smoking, they say.
They say it's a con to that.
Well, why do they say it's a con?
They said the percentage of the 12 years old to 17-year-olds that are using marijuana is in a higher. Hold on. Basically, they saying they worried that people that are 12 to 17 years old are using marijuana. So if they make this a legal thing, where would the age bracket be?
Well, but they're saying, I know that it's in that rate, but they're also saying that it went down. It went down 9.8% to about 7.3% because of the legalization in certain places. So, and I mean, it does suck because they're saying more adults are now using it because it's so legal.
Right.
And less kids are using it. So there is a pro and a con to it. But I think that it's better that because kids only want to do, I think reason why is because they only want to do what they're told they can't do or what they're not allowed to do. Mm-hmm. So they used it as a way to be rebellious.
Right.
And so now that it's legal and they walk home and their mama is sitting on the couch talking about, do you want to have a blunt? They like, nah, I want to smoke with you. So now they doing something else.
So they say the percentage of 12 to 17 years old using marijuana is higher in every legal marijuana state than the national average.
Yeah.
So, I mean, how could you deny somebody who is medically induced with some type of disorder that requires them to use marijuana, whether they're 12, 13, 14, 15? If I was that age, and I'm just going to say it, and I was able to use marijuana, I would use it.
Of course. Of course you would.
I'm saying, like, just to be honest, like, if you dealing with some type of, I feel like herbal is better than any pharmaceutical drug any day, and that's how I feel.
That's
how I feel.
Yeah, I know. It's cool. Look, we're gonna take a break. When we come back, I got a tidbit for everybody. You probably knew this and you probably didn't know it, but for those who did not know, I'm gonna have something when we come back. Also, if you want to call in, you call in 708-223-8953. If you want to talk about marijuana or how you think you can use it or what you have or how you want some interesting facts from us, let us know. This is Jay and the Crew Show on Intellectual Radio. We'll be right back.
Initialize sequence. Hey guys, thank you guys to IntellectualRadio.com.
I don't know what you did, but you did it right. Girl, you make it look so easy. Everywhere you go, heads turning left and right. Can't say you a dime, you're a 20 piece. Cause girl, you're all the reason I be acting funny. Everything in me telling me don't let you get away. And all the guys looking like they wanna love you. Every day I'm your body, got not over my dead body. Why you gotta look so good? Why you gotta look so good? Why you gotta look so good? Put your hair done, nails done. When you put that clothes on, why you gotta look so good? With your hair done, nails done. When you put that clothes on, girl, why you gotta look so good? I can look and see you're not an average chick. You're shutting it down everywhere you go. Girl, I want you as bad as I want a check. Cause you're sexy from head to toe. Girl, you're all the reason I be acting funny. Everything in me telling me all that you get away. And all the guys looking like they wanna love you. Every day I'm your body, got not over my dead body. Why you gotta look so good? Why you gotta look so good? Why you gotta look so good? Nails done. When you put your clothes on, why you gotta look so good? It's something about you. When you put your clothes on, why you gotta look so good? When you're waking up straight out of bed, girl, why you gotta look so good? Or when you're at the job, just taking a break, girl, why you gotta look so good?
All right. We are back. Jay and the crew, IntellectualRadio.com. We are talking about the pros and cons of legalizing marijuana. And before we left, I said I had some things that I needed to tell you about. So there's different ways that you can use this cannabis. Okay, so cannabis does not need to be smoked to be medically beneficial. Products such as cannabis, CBD, I don't know how to pronounce the word, oils, topical pain relief treatments, edibles, and other non-smoking applications are now available. The individual compounds in cannabis are being found to be beneficial when isolated, such as CBD has been. These may lead to further advancements in medical treatment options without the high produced by the compound commonly known as THC. So there are other things than rolling your paper and everything.
Or smoking the
Technically,
blunt.
what he's saying in layman's terms is you can eat it, you can drink it, you can rub it on yourself, you can drop.
What she said?
Yes,
It's a plant. You can do anything with it. It's beneficial.
it's like anything that everything can be good for you, everything can be bad for you, right?
It's a
So
50-50.
it's the way that you use it, and it's the reason why you're using it. Sometimes we overdo things and we abuse things, and if you do things in moderation or you do it correctly and you understand that there's a time and place for it. I know that legalizing marijuana has probably made kids think that they can walk around and just be high. It has caused problems. It's actually a bad thing because in the workplace now there's lost. People are not working as much because they're lazy. They are now they don't have to do drug tests, so everybody's just coming to work.
So,
Hi.
so I got a question. So now that they made marijuana legal,
Not yet.
why does
In California.
why do people still have to do drug tests for jobs?
Because you can't operate a machinery, you can't deal with customers while you're under the influence.
But
that makes unless it's the only way you could get around that, and if it's a medical, like if you really have a prescription for it, you got the people that's gonna use it for a prescription, you got people that just do it recreationally, and that's the difference. But at the same time, people that say like marijuana use on the job is more harmful than the people that that's actually on the drug. So it's like you come to work, you high and everything. You're less aware of what's going on.
So what I'm saying,
Your
less
reflexes.
you chilling basically.
if this,
Or what is it? Your reflexes? What is it called?
Yeah, it's reflex.
reflexes.
Your ability
Reflexes.
to react.
Yeah.
Quicker, your reaction time. Is
So
gonna be
if
slower.
you're
Right.
if
I had
you're
a slow moment. Sorry, guys.
so if marijuana is legal, should jobs have to drug test you?
Yes, I
No.
still think that some jobs should. It depends on the type of job you have, and I mean, alcohol is legal, right? But there are people who drive trucks. They do get piss tests.
Yeah, but they don't know. They don't
Yes,
get
they
to
do.
get
They have
jobs.
random.
Yeah, but
How you know?
they
Never
don't.
mind.
They don't get. They don't
You
have
want to say how I know?
No, I was finna say that usually P test is what for
drugs, marijuana,
right,
and
what
everything.
about alcohol?
Alcohol.
How do
I
you-
mean, not
Breathalyzer.
breathalyzer.
But that's only when you get pulled over by the police. So they don't. Drinking
wondering.
drinking is legal, but how do you test? You don't go to a job interview and say, "Have you drank last night?" And we're gonna test you for because honestly, they say drinking is a drug, right?
It is
Yes,
a
it is.
drug.
Okay, so how do you test? How do you make marijuana legal? And you test for marijuana, but you don't test for drinking.
Because marijuana stays in your system longer than the alcohol.
But that's a catch-22 with people.
Yeah.
You can't tell me that I'm going to get a job. Marijuana is legal. I smoked last night, but you're gonna drug test me, and if I come back and I fail, I can't get this
But
job.
look, I agree with you. Hey, they no drug test.
If anybody agree with me, call in, holla at me. 708-223-8953. Holla at me. I want to know.
Drug test or no drug
A
test?
drug test or no drug test. What else we got?
So we also have that. Oh, you know what? They say that, marijuana, the pro is that marijuana is less harmful than tobacco. It's less harmful.
Then vaping.
Yep. Definitely less harmful than vaping
Is
because
it?
what?
Mhm.
Those teens were dying,
They said, look, and I heard that
Let me tell you something.
the
about it.
chemical that they using that it's been causing some type of lung infection.
Yep, it has.
And I don't want to say pneumonia. It's a different word.
It's because they're
but-
trying to flavor that
That's
whatever
all it
the
is.
flavorizing that they're doing to
Mhm.
it to attract. They're basically trying to attract young kids to
Right.
smoke more.
Right.
So they put this flavor or whatever it is.
Right. And nicotine could be good for you, but it's the other chemicals and everything that is within the instrument, the vaping instrument, that causes, other health issues. And with that being said,
What you gonna say? What are you gonna
with
say?
that being said, vaping is way worse than smoking marijuana. But then there's different ways people smoke marijuana. People want to go the healthier route, and that's using
Okay.
the hemps and the joint
say something.
papers and all of that stuff. And like that girl Olivia was saying, you can eat it, you can drink it, you can feel it.
You can
all
feel
of that,
it.
all that stuff.
Yeah, I'm sure you
But
can
they-
feel it.
And so you
I'm
guys
sure you
have here,
could.
there's a fact. It says that 6 people die a day from alcohol poisoning. And that's 88,000 people annually that are dying in the United States from just straight alcohol poisoning. And there are no cases, there's no records of anybody dying like that of marijuana. So I not saying that I smoke or I don't or whatever that is, but I am saying that again, use things in moderation and it should be okay.
Okay. So this is what I'm
And
gonna
let's
say.
make money.
This is what I'm gonna say. So I'm always about the common man. So this is what I'm saying. How you gonna have all these vape shops, right?
Right.
All around the United States. You got cigars, smoke shops
Think about
all
they
over the
sell
place.
it in the gas station.
And then they sell it in the gas station. But then what are you gonna do when you make marijuana legal? How are you gonna have the same kind of thing grow like these marijuana
Prices
shops?
gonna
Well, they
go
got
up.
CBD oil everywhere you go. I seen CBD oil at the tire shop. I seen
Oh goodness. But see, that's the problem with just like, okay, you said they were advertising vaping to kids or whatever. So for example, like just like with that K2 thing, that synthetic marijuana that
Yeah,
people,
that wasn't good.
exactly. So rather these people selling the actual CBD oil and the legalized marijuana and all that stuff in a authorized shop. We got them at tire shops. We got them at gas stations. And you know, they be selling all type of stuff. They've got the rhino pills. They got everything you can find at the gas station. I'm just saying what I be seeing on them walls. They have a variety of stuff that you don't know what they made, where they made it. Could have made it in somebody's basement. You know, it's just really, I feel like if people are going to sell those type of items, they need to make sure that they're selling it in an authorized location with authorized certification. But then it's like,
The
there's
people
no
who
way.
buy it
Right.
need to be reading the labels
Exactly.
because a lot of that stuff is fake. If you want real CBD, you know, you can definitely get CBD from Zija.
Right.
You know,
You can't be
My
out
mama-
here just smoking and vaping anything.
Yeah, it's a patch. It's healthy because CBD helps wonders. I have severe anxiety. I wear my CBD patch and it works great. Things that I don't get so mad about, things that would make me jump up and go crazy about, it does calm my nerves. It also helps with pain, like knee joints. Like my mom has knee pains. My grandmother had knee pains. You put the little patch on there, it helps with those pains, but you got to make sure that you're getting the right CBD, the healthy CBD, because some of that stuff is going to mess you up.
So can I get a question?
Right.
I got a question.
What?
So when people got kids and they say their kids is a pain in their neck, can they put the patch on their neck? And then,
Oh my God! I knew he was going to say that.
No, you can put
Can
the
they
patch.
put it
You
patch?
can put it on. It'll calm your nerves.
Yes.
oh, so your kids be running around the house, you like, go ahead, Johnny. go
But
ahead,
then
Johnny.
don't let that turn into neglect, because just because your kids running around, you don't want to just
You be like, go ahead, Johnny. Do what you gonna do.
disenable yourself.
I ain't feel like cooking today.
No, it doesn't do that to you. It doesn't make you so that you're comatose or so that you're out of it and you don't pay attention. It's a
Right.
healthy thing. That's why I said go for the healthy ones.
Oh, and you can get these. Oh, they have the CBD oil gummies.
And you can tell who the crackheads are around. here.
They got the gummies. You can find them at the health stores for those who are interested in these type of tactics and everything, and rather use this than be put on a prescription drug. Like what? I don't even know what they give people these days for anxiety.
Let me. You know what?
Pills so that they can kill you, so that you can be addicted to it.
Right.
I'd rather take a CBD patch all day, every day, than the pills that the doctors and the psychiatrists and all of them are subscribing to you, so that you can be addicted to it, and so you can be like, I need it.
Yeah.
Nobody shouldn't need anything, but you should. You know, it's okay for you to want some things,
Right.
but this is, you know,
And like you said, everything has a moderation limit, and you know, too much could be too much.
Yeah, too much can be too much. I was just about to get into that. So one of the cons of marijuana, frequent marijuana use can seriously affect your short-term memory. Also, frequent use can impair your cognitive ability. So for y'all people that's saying, oh, it's from the earth, it does have this, it's what?
It is from the earth.
It is grown.
Everything is grown.
It's a plant.
Every
Okay,
chemical.
yeah, but it got something wrong with it.
What's
That
wrong
can
with
make
it?
you messed up.
Well, it does have, like, depending what it is. I've seen something about how it does have like a little bit of a cancer strain or something.
So smoked
Really?
marijuana contains cancer-causing compounds.
Yes, it does. Thank you,
Smoked
you found it.
marijuana?
Smoked marijuana.
Who's smoking smoke?
But the reason why it's smoked marijuana is because you're smoking it through whatever tobacco product you're smoking it through, and that's the reason why.
Unless you don't smoke it with a tobacco product.
Unless you don't. But when they say smoked, I mean, unless you're, you know,
Like,
smoking about a
as
pipe or whatever. But
So you're saying the marijuana, like as you're burning it, the action of smoking marijuana, that's what you're saying.
not the action, but the what you're smoking it through. Because I think,
Because then that won't make sense, because that's I feel like that's false, because if
Audrey,
you're
what are you
saying-
telling us? Yes or no? What are you saying? Call in and let us know. Talk to us. You're saying yes, no? 708-223-8953.
You're saying that marijuana has a strain, but that's not true. The marijuana doesn't have a cancer strain. It's the tobacco that the smoking part, the tobacco part, that's causing the cancer
Smoked
strain.
marijuana has cancer.
That's
You know,
confusing.
that's just like an SAT question. You know how they ask you a certain question in a paragraph to try to trick you, to make you think that you're reading something that you're not reading. That's a trick. Smoked is the word.
Right.
Smoked. So it was smoked, and they're not saying smoked how, but smoked. Most people smoke it through a tobacco product, right?
Right.
So they try to trick people.
Yeah, because otherwise that don't make sense. Because if you smoked marijuana, they could say smoked marijuana using tobacco products causes a cancer strain.
They said, I'm not a doctor. I don't know. But check this out. So one of the things that legalizing marijuana is that they want to eliminate the black market.
Impossible.
Well,
I mean, you can't eliminate. Selling purses is legal, right? I can go to the mall any day. I can stop at any store and buy a purse. But guess what?
Somebody gonna be like, "What a knockoff at?"
Exactly. You can buy shoes anywhere you want. They gonna steal.
What a knockoff at?
Sure, you can even go far.
Y'all crazy.
I'm just saying.
This is reality, though.
It's a reality. Even the ones running around with gold ones in their mouth, they still gonna ask.
They're like,
Knockoffs at.
No, hey. So we're gonna take a break, y'all. We're gonna take a break, and when we come back, we're gonna finish our discussion on the pros and cons of legalizing marijuana in America. Also, if you want to call in 708-223-8953. This is Jay and the Crew Show.
Say it one more time.
708-223-8953. If you want to call in, this is Jay and the Crew Show on IntellectualRadio.com. We'll be back.
Music break. We're taking a music break.
Feed your brain. Feed me now. I'm starving. I done did a lot. You ain't did shit at all. Whipping up a pop, show you how to get it off. I don't really rock. I just get the brick across, take you to the block. My shorties know I've been a boss. Chemo, solid, hard body. In that jam, told on nobody. God, that boy, we buy it. Dinero, we get it. Dinero, we get a lot, mostly the fold. I done did a block, mostly them told. Winters they be hot, summers they be cold. Had to sauce it up a lot. Since they think I'm on realest story ever told. Bricks on the stove, got them elbow, very well known. They don't know the half, breaking down half, working on my math. They can't walk a path. Chemo, solid, hard body. In my city, I'm in your lobby. They can't stop it. Tenfold, copy. Them hitters, they lurking, they killing, they rock a lot. You ain't this shit off. Whipping up a pop, show you how to get it off. I don't really rock. I just get the brick across, take you to the block. My shorties know I've been a boss. Chemo, solid, hard body. In that jam, told on nobody. God, that boy, we buy it. Dinero, we get it. Dinero, we get it all. Hammers and clips, big body Chevys.
All right. We are back on Jay and the Crew on IntellectualRadio.com. Again, if you want to call in on this topic, it's 708-223-8953. We would love to hear from you.
Back in school, you know what? I just want to say this. It was so funny because when we picked this topic, it was like, oh, okay, this is going to be so awesome. It's going to be so cool. And then I started doing like the script, and all of a sudden I started feeling like a student again.
Like, dang, this deep.
Yeah. I started like taking out this book and then this book and then this research. And I was like, this is getting way too much.
Yeah.
You just wanted to have
yes or no.
You wanted to have your facts correct.
That's it. I wanted to, but dang, it's either do you support it or do you not?
For
we
all
are
my
back,
supporters
so
out
you
there.
guys call in 708-223-8953. What you got, OJ?
Look, for all you supporters out there, for the movement for medicinal marijuana use, for medical benefits, tune in. Talk to us. Let us know what is going on and how y'all feeling about marijuana use, the legalization of that.
So, I think one of the pros of legalizing marijuana is
We got a caller.
Okay.
It can be better impactful on the tax revenue. So Colorado collected more than $135 million in taxes and fees on medical and recreational marijuana. I mean, but where is that money going?
Well, it's going to the drug. It's going to the police. It's going to, it's going.
All right, we got a caller. Let's see what's going on here. Hello, caller. This is Jay and the Crew. State your name and where you calling from.
Yeah, this is Dre Graham. I was just calling in just to weigh in on the subject matter of the medical marijuana, or the marijuana period.
Okay, go ahead.
I just wanted to say that it is if you're diagnosed with a certain disease, like you see in multiple sclerosis, you are eligible to get it. But at the same time, it takes you months before you be able to get it.
Right.
And you have to go through all those procedures. You have to get the test done. You have to go through hoops and bounds to be able to get it, like you said. So that's what I wanted to weigh in on. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
They definitely make it hard for you to get the medical use of marijuana.
So did you?
They do, but just like they make everything hard for us. If you want something bad enough, or if you feel like you need it, then you have to go through the process. They are never going to make anything easy for us.
Thanks, Dre. We appreciate everything, man.
All right, man. Take it easy.
Right. So yeah, I mean, I think that
You didn't want to talk back?
We could have.
So I think that sometimes you do have to go through certain things to get marijuana and cards and things like that, even getting dispensaries.
Right.
You have to go through so many hoops and everything, and they make it seem so easy, but you have to pay so much money because not only do you have to pay them, I'm sure it's some
You gotta pay for your merch.
You do.
And it's expensive, sometimes I heard.
It's what?
It's expensive. If you think about it, that's
that.
logical though. We not saying we smoke or we ingest or we rub or drink or nothing marijuana infused. But anyway, just like anything that's quality and that's worth having is gonna cost money. Am I wrong? Am I right? So that's just like I was talking about synthetic marijuana, K2. That's the cheapest thing out there. You don't see people. If you want good stuff, you're gonna pay quality money for it, and that's just that. Why would you pay your money for something that's not gonna do what it's supposed to do? Like, and in terms of medicinal marijuana.
You Google
she that's marijuana.
All of these words.
Once legal cannabis market is finally set into motion, thousands of jobs are created and millions of dollars are produced through tax and tourism. And a study published last year shows there is $2.40 in economic activity for every dollar spent on legal weed. That's a lot. That's a lot.
That's a lot.
But you know, y'all, they saying that they only regulate this just for consumer safety.
Yeah, but it's still weed.
So what are you saying?
I'm saying it's still weed. So why this was always my thing. This was always I know it's pros and cons to this thing.
Right.
But this was my thing. We know the government is going to do something to tax the people.
Right.
We know that already. So you have a lot of different people that sell marijuana.
Yeah.
Okay. So why don't you get different areas? And well, I don't know. This is my thought because it probably will cause a lot of fighting amongst the people. But you have people that's already doing this. So why do you need to just legalize and let people do what they want to do?
What do you mean by legalize it? I mean, there's a lot of stuff that's legal. It's legal to drive, but they don't just drive how they want to drink, but you can't just drink how you want to. So
they want to make money off of it and they want to see their money grow and they going to pick and choose what they want and how they want to regulate it. I mean, it's just as simple as that. And I feel like we pondering about it, but all we could do is wait to see what happens, huh?
Yeah, and you know what they do say though, legalizing marijuana would end the costly enforcement of marijuana because they do spend a lot of money. They did spend a lot of money and they are still spending a lot of money on the enforcing of the law and any laws, all the laws that they have, it costs to enforce those laws. So by taking away that one, then it will also take away some prices.
But see, we talking about Illinois. From my knowledge, everybody else is kicking it with the legal marijuana going on. So everybody in Illinois, we waiting to 2019, we waiting to January 1st for the law to really actually go into effect. And I think everybody is antsy to see how it's really going to affect the economy and how the people that's on the street markets, they really trying to see how the price is going to go up.
Well, the thing is, and if you're talking about for Chicago, they've already filled. Yeah, exactly. They filled up their jails because they keep taking all of everybody to jail. So they filled up the jails by making all the money off of them that way.
What they doing
so now they ain't got now exactly.
Guess what they doing in jail? Planting gardens.
Yeah.
So I'm just baffled. So with that being said, that didn't have nothing to do with it. But I'm saying these people, you got people that's incarcerated.
That's getting their weed on.
Simple.
Oh, somebody said, what about the marijuana breath test or trying to give you a DUI?
Yeah, they trying to enforce that now.
But if I don't understand that, because if it's legal, why do you need these things in
because it's legal to drink. Well, it's legal to drink, but it's also, they're saying it's legal for municipal purposes, not just legal to just run around and just be high and just not be aware of what's going on.
But you can't
don't overdo it. They're saying that's the only reason why they're legal. That's why, well, technically they say it.
But they didn't say, okay, we're gonna legalize it for you to smoke in your house. If you want people to do certain things, then you have to put laws on top of these things.
But then
that's why you have to get certified. The certification directly says how many plants that you're allowed to grow. It lets you know, it gives you your regulations of what you can and can't do.
That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about, so if somebody's driving and they smoking and marijuana is legal, why are you gonna get a DUI or anything?
Same reason why they got the reason for drinking and driving. You can't not. Okay, we be wanting to be Vikings out here. So at the end of the day, the laws, some of these laws are created to keep safety and some type of regulation in the communities. That's just like with drinking and driving. Alcohol is legal when you're 21. However, people that's under 21 still have access to alcohol. They still consuming alcohol. But if you get caught drinking and driving, that's a DUI. If you get caught under the influence of alcohol, that's a DUI. If you get caught under the influence impaired of marijuana, that's a DUI. It's the same difference. Ain't no way around it.
Yeah,
and we trying to I feel like we're trying to justify it.
No, it's only illegal if you have only a certain amount of alcohol in your system. You can drink, and I'm not saying drink and drive. I'm not saying that. But if you drink and you have, I think the legal limit
0.08
is 0.08. If you have less than that in your system, you're fine.
So you're saying they overall that they're saying that if you get caught under the influence of marijuana, that it's a DUI?
That's what they said.
Overall, there's no, just how you just stated that.
I don't think that they're saying.
But did they give you a number on what it is?
No, they asked the question.
They not gonna do it.
I thought you was okay. But
this was a question posed
by
Veronica Harmon.
But that's what I'm saying.
Okay, well, what you were saying, I don't think they're gonna actually put a number to what the legalized consumption rate is for marijuana until they actually pass until the law is in full effect. And
until they get enough people in jail.
Right, until they see, well, yeah, what you said, until they lay their traps out and they see how many people gonna start, what they see their market is gonna go up at. And then
you know where it's gonna go up.
Right, but then until they see how people moving, who gonna be bound what, how much money they gonna make off this, then they gonna say, okay, well, you can't have this if you have this amount of marijuana. I don't know how they gonna measure it. If you got this amount of marijuana in your system, this is the legal amount that you can. They don't have that set yet because they don't know yet.
Okay, so she says in Denver, you have to smoke in your car or in your house, but not in a public place. Oh wow! So you
can smoke and drive.
That's stupid.
So you can smoke in your house and you can smoke in your car, but you can't get out your car and smoke. Is that what you're saying, Veronica? Wow, that's Denver.
Oh, but look, y'all know that they say that you really not supposed to consume alcohol in public streets either. So like as you're outside.
Oh man, well
unless you're in Vegas or New Orleans, right?
Okay,
unfortunately, this is the shy.
I know.
Yeah, so you got all them people at 8:00 in the morning standing at the liquor store drinking beer
with they brown paper bags.
So will we have the same thing with marijuana, with people standing and waiting and they smoking weed on the corner? We don't know.
How would they know though? How would you know? What if people? Okay, so you got people that smoke cigarettes, right? They roll their joints. You wouldn't know what people smoking if it's just smoke.
You wouldn't. But when we come back, we're in the home stretch, so we're gonna end this thing. When we come back, we're gonna say our last goodbyes to you guys for this evening, and then we'll end this thing. This is Intellectual Radio, Jay and the crew. We'll be back.
IntellectualRadio.com.
I don't know if this is a good topic. Thank you, Veronica, for tuning in.
Make it work. 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 You on the block. Make it work. You on the grind. Make it work. You on the clock. Make it work. No wasting time. Make it work. A couple grand. Make it work. A couple dollars. Make it work. Baby daddy. Make it work. Baby mama. Make it work. You want to fly. Make it work. You want to grind. Make it work. You want to fly. Make it work. No wasting time. Make it work. A couple grand. Make it work. A couple dollars. Make it work. Baby daddy. Make it work. Baby mama. Make it work. Now, this is a song that everybody's gonna feel. It don't matter if you chopping rocks or struggling for a meal. We all go through our problems. I know it can hurt. You gotta find a way to win and just try to make it work. You late on rent, make it work. They held your check, make it work. And child support to everything but your respect, make it work. You got them kids, make it work. Still live with mom, make it work. Got ramen noodles if they turn your food stamps on, make it work. You on the streets, make it work. You on parole, make it work. Caught in the system and just trying to make it home, make it work. You all alone, make it work. Family ain't. Make it work. Just keep on grinding and just never call it quits. Make it work. You on the block. Make it work. You on the grind. Make it work. You on the clock. Make it work. No wasting time. Make it work. A couple grand. Make it work. A couple dollars. Make it work. Baby daddy. Make it work. Baby mama. Make it work. You on the block. Make it work. You on the grind. Make it work. You on the clock. Make it work. No wasting time. Make it work. A couple grand. Make it work. A couple dollars. Make it work. Baby daddy. Make it work. Baby mama. Make it work. I'm on my own. Make it work. So lost and gone. Make it work. Feeling abused. Should've left her ass alone. Make it work. But I am to blame. Make it work. So I gives up. Make it work. When I get down, I plant my feet and hold my knees to make it work. Now ever since I came.
All right, you are back on Jay and the Crew on IntellectualRadio.com. Our topic today is pros and cons of legalizing marijuana in America. That girl, Olivia, what you got?
Okay, you guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I truly appreciate you. We got some events. You got some events that you want to talk about, OJ?
Oh my goodness.
Before she goes into them, I just want to make sure you guys know, all you Bear fans, make sure you bear down at Aces in Country Club Hills. Right there, every time the Bears get a touchdown, you get a free shot. The cookout starts at 11:30 a.m. and it goes all day. They have a really good time out there. The drinks are good. The food is good. It's at Aces on 183rd in Country Club Hills, so go bear down. And then on Friday night, make sure you go check out Caribbean Soul at Grown Folks Business Live, 81 East Wacker Drive. That is this Friday and every Friday. It has Jamaican cuisine. Amazing.
You said Aces?
Aces.
183rd?
Aces on 183rd.
And then they say they give out shots every time a Bear score a touchdown?
Every single time you get a touchdown, they're taking shots.
Well, y'all going to be sober because they ain't going to score no touchdowns. Because they ain't score no I don't know what. They score one touchdown in the game. So one shot.
What you got, OJ?
All right, so y'all know it's going to be a very eventful weekend. For the events that I got coming up, we got we have the Elemental Wellness and Art Showcase. That's going to be September 28th. We have the Young Girls Mentoring with Beautiful Mentorship Program. That's also going to be September 28th. And then we have the Ladies FTN Day Party and Concert red carpet hosted by that girl, Olivia, and I, yours truly, will be performing live. So September 29th, make sure you guys come out and stay tuned for all the upcoming shows and events this ending September and the beginning of October.
And if you want to go see Blue's Clues live, no, I'm just playing.
You got your handy dandy notebook, huh?
So that's the end of our show today. We thank you guys for calling in. Andre, thank you for calling in. We will see you next week, God's willing. We love you guys. This is Jay and the Crew, Intellectual Radio, and we are out.
Peace.
Deuces.
IntellectualRadio.com. Feed your brain. Feed me now. I'm starving.